If you want to sound bluesy when you're improvising on sax, you've got to use the blues scale, right? Wrong. You can use the good old-fashioned major scale, you know, that one that you practice every day, and you can still sound bluesy. All we're going to do is add in a bit of phrasing and a few cheeky little grace notes. So without further ado, let's crack on, because I've got 3 awesome bluesy licks just using the major scale for you. This is Get Your Sax Together. I'm pro saxophonist Jamie Anderson, and this is the No Guff channel, where you're actually going to learn a bunch of really cool stuff that you can use in your playing. It's edutainment, folks. All right, here's the first lick. This is what it sounds like with no adornments, no bonuses, no nothing, all right? Now, a couple of different levels to this lick. I'm playing alto for a change, how about that? A couple of different levels to this lick. This is in the key of G, okay? When you're in the key of G, you can use this lick, but of course, you can transpose it into the keys that you need for your particular song. So a couple of little things that we can add in. First of all, when you see the scoops, like into that second note, the B, you can do a quick grace note from a B flat to a B. In this case, I'm just rolling my bis key across. Okay, and then you'll see that the penultimate note there, you can do the same. So that's the first little upgrade, which is going to kind of blues up the major scale a little bit. I know it's slightly cheating, but if you want it not to be a cheat, you can bend it with your throat without using any extra fingerings. And then I'm literally only fingering the notes of the major scale. That's my get out of jail free card there. All right. One extra adornment that you can add to this awesome blues lick using the major scale is, you can see there's a little twiddle on the B, and you can use your side C and just do a little twiddle between the B and the G. You go B, C, B, and then down to the G. Now that's a little bit complex, but remember, you don't have to do that. And you can kind of, add a little bit of extra juice with the vibrato. So that's your basic lick, but let's see what this sounds like in context, okay? So I've got a backing track for Mo Better Blues, which is in concert F. That's going to put me in D for alto, so I've got to transpose the lick. I'm not going to go into a big thing about transposing, but the secret about transposing licks is to understand the structure of the lick. So if you look at it in the key of G, we start on G, you go up to the 3rd, then the 4th, that kind of thing, like sort of licks by numbers. So if I do that and put it all in D, it sounds like this. Now, sometimes you've got tunes which are in a kind of shuffly groove, and sometimes they're in straight eighths. So you just kind of have to, bit my lip, you just have to sort of crowbar the lick in as best you can. So here's what it sounds like over the backing track. Let's give it a go. Okay, so you can see it sounds pretty cool, pretty bluesy, and it's just the major scale. Let's now move on to lick numero 2. Lick 2. Here we go. Back to G now. So here's G. So we're back to our original key. And here's what the lick sounds like with no kind of extra bonus adornments, all right? I did do an extra adornment. Right, that was it straight. But we're going to add in our little grace notes or scoops, but be very careful when you do your scoops because you can sound bad pretty quick. So I would recommend using grace notes. We're going to do a quick cheeky E flat into the E, the 3rd note. We're also going to do cheeky little B flats to Bs on the 2nd measure and the last note. So okay, now make sure you observe the staccato notes. I'll play that a little bit quicker. There you go. Now, what about those notes in brackets? Well, now we're into the whole realm of ghosting and half-tonguing, and you'll have to watch a separate video about that. It's basically where you leave your tongue on the reed or close off half of the reed, one of the two, and that muffles the note. So if I add in the half tonguing, it would sound like this. Okay? Still using the notes of the major scale, remember. Still sounds bluesy, and it's just the major scale. But what makes it bluesy, apart from choosing kind of some cool notes, is the phrasing and the little grace notes and scoops, which kind of blues it up. But you don't have to use the blues scale. Right, let's now put this in context over the backing track. So first of all, I've got to transpose it into the key of D, which is what the backing track is in. So it would sound like this in D. Now let's see what that sounds like, kind of crowbarred into our backing track. Okay, now I'm going to try and do it double time, okay? So you can see how it works double time as well. Just nudge the backing track back a little bit. One more time. So you can see it sounds pretty cool. It's a little bit more tricky to play it at that speed, but there you go. That's what it sounds like. Still sounds cool. And let's now move on to lick number 3. But just before we do, hey, make sure you check out my free Saxophone Success Masterclass. You can see the link there. It's a whole hour of teaching. It's very, very cool indeed. You're going to learn a lot. You're going to instantly improve your playing. And the price, you just fill in your email. It's yours for free. It's my gift to you. And while you're at it, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure that you hit subscribe. Like 2/3 of people or something that watch this video aren't subscribed. And it seems to be an uphill battle trying to get more subs. And if you just subscribe, it's going to help me take this message to more sax players just like you. And I'm going to try and help as many people as I can, because who doesn't want to get better at playing sax? It's so awesome, isn't it? Okay, lick numero tres. Lick number 3, here we go. Back to the key of G. Okay, that's our key of G. Now then. Again, all major scale. Now let's add in the little grace notes. A little bit faster. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds nice and bluesy. Now remember, you've got the lead in. So you can see the double bar line. The lick really starts on the A. So it's 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. That's where you start it. Right. Let me see if I can transpose that into another key of D and see how it sounds over the backing track. So. Now let's see what it sounds like over the backing track. Pretty cool. Sounds nice, right? Nice and bluesy. So there are the 3 licks for you, just using the major scale. Going to show that a couple of little grace notes, some nice phrasing, and some well-chosen notes can transform your boring major scale into something very bluesy and very cool. You don't have to use the blues scale to sound cool. So quite often people say to me, oh, why am I practicing on my major scales? Well, because the major scale is much more versatile than you think. And in my next video, I'm actually going to show you how you can transform the major scale to sound really beboppy with no enclosures, no nothing. All right. So go and practice your major scales, like Jamie says, and you'll find that it's a tool that can open many doors for you if you just have a little bit of knowledge. And that's why you come here, right? So, like I mentioned before, go and check out the free Saxophone Success Masterclass. Now, if you want extra videos, like bonus videos to accompany these, and an inspirational solo and access to amazing worldwide guests and a fantastic community, and basically daily access to me, if you like what you're seeing, go and check out the Inner Circle membership. super cheap, less than like a coffee a day or something, and you will be in the most fantastic, friendly, supportive saxophone community online, and your playing will transform, let me tell ya. So go and check out the Inner Circle, and until next week, practice hard, practice smart, and enjoy your music. Take it easy. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do that again. Yeah, muff that. No. Bluesy backing track, see? So,